When Meghan Markle returned to Instagram earlier this year, it wasn't just a comeback, it was a declaration. A declaration that the Duchess of Sussex, despite relentless tabloid harassment, cruel smear campaigns, and non-stop attempts to undermine her identity and achievements, is still standing, still thriving, and still building. And if that makes a few royal experts nervous, good. Because Meghan isn't playing by the dusty old rules of the British monarchy anymore, she's rewriting them. Now some so-called royal experts like Jenny Bond seem to think they can reduce Meghan's every move into a neatly wrapped critique, praising her with one hand while trying to pull her down with the other. Jenny recently commented on Meghan's latest ventures, particularly her social media presence and the newly launched podcast Confessions of a Female Founder. She called Meghan's efforts determined. And you know what? She's right. Meghan is determined. She's determined to live her life with purpose, to inspire other women, to raise her children with love, and to lead with vision. But here's the kicker. Jenny Bond also suggested Meghan should resist the urge to use her royal titles in her business dealings. Excuse me. Let me get this straight. The same institution that bent over backwards for decades to let certain royals cash in on everything from tea towels to horse races is now clutching its pearls because Meghan Markle, an accomplished actress, philanthropist, advocate and now entrepreneur, is using the title she was given by the monarchy itself. The hypocrisy is staggering. Let's not forget Meghan didn't ask for the title. She didn't manipulate her way into it. She married the man she loved, and with that came the trappings of a royal title. And unlike many who've simply coasted on those titles for decades with little to show for it, Meghan has done the work. She's built her success, brick by brick, voice by voice, woman by woman. Confessions of a Female Founder is a brilliant move. It's not just a podcast, it's a platform. It's Meghan giving space and voice to other women in business, women whose stories rarely get told in a world dominated by patriarchal narratives. That's not anxious to be seen as successful, as Jenny put it. That's called being successful and lifting others up in the process. And you know what? If Meghan wants to share that journey on Instagram, if she wants to show us what real partnership looks like in her 7-year anniversary post with Prince Harry, let her. Because that post wasn't just a couple of cute pictures and a curated mood board. It was a masterclass in authenticity. We saw their journey. Two people who met, fell in love, weathered a storm of abuse, racism, betrayal and lies, and came out the other side more united than ever. Meghan didn't just share her brand, she shared her heart. From their first date to their royal wedding, to the births of Archie and Lilibet, to quiet family moments full of colour, warmth and laughter. It was real. And let's talk about those beautiful images. Little Archie planting a kiss on his baby sister Lilibet's forehead. A garden tea party where innocence and joy radiated from every frame. These are not the actions of people hungry for fame. These are the moments of a mother who wants to document and celebrate a life built on love, not status. So to the critics, the so-called royal experts and the tabloid columnists, you can stop pretending that Meghan's ambition is a problem, because we see right through it. You were never mad that she was using a title. You were mad that a biracial, outspoken, independent woman dared to define it for herself. Let's be honest. If Meghan were quietly selling jam or popping up for charity lunches in between polo matches, you all wouldn't say a word. But because she's speaking to CEOs, founding lifestyle brands, commanding a media platform, and celebrating her blackness, her Americanness, and her modern motherhood, suddenly it's too much. Well, get ready for more. Because Meghan's analogy about gardening wasn't just poetic, it was powerful. She said, "Some seasons are for blooming, others are for planting seeds, but most of the work, especially early on, is tending to the soil. And my goodness, what soil she's tending. These aren't vanity projects, they're purposeful, grounded, grown with care." And can we just pause for a second and give a standing ovation to Prince Harry? Because behind this amazing woman is a partner who supports her unapologetically. He didn't just step away from the royal family for Meghan. He stepped toward a future he believed in, one where they could raise their kids in peace, free from the institution that never protected them. Let's call it what it is. The Royal Sussexes are not just surviving, They are thriving, building empires on their own terms, writing their own story, and refusing to be boxed in by anyone's outdated playbook. So if you're tired of the haters, if you're sick of the hypocrisy, if you're here for the glow-up, for the love story, for the unstoppable journey of Harry and Meghan, then this is your squad. This is Royal Sussex Squad. And family, we need you. Meghan Markle, anxious to be seen as a successful with social media posts, Meghan regularly speaks with female business leaders on her podcast. Meghan Markle's social media presence had been dealt a sober verdict by a royal expert, as the 43-year-old continues to share updates with fans. The Duchess of Sussex returned to Instagram earlier this year and has given followers behind-the-scenes looks at her various media ventures and marked significant family events. Her account has given royal watchers rare insights into her family with Prince Harry and their children Archie, 7, and Lilibet, 3. The account has also served as a means to promote Meghan as a brand, which royal expert Jenny Bond observed was part of a determined push from the Duchess. I think she's determined to show that she is a strong character, and from relatively humble beginnings, Bond told the Mirror. The former BBC royal correspondent explained that Meghan's new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, demonstrated that she was also keen to be admired in business circles. I think she's anxious to be seen as a successful businesswoman in her own right, and not just because she has lived briefly inside the palace walls and has a royal title, the expert analysed. However, Bond felt the Duchess's efforts were being hampered by her continued use of her royal titles. The expert suggested Meghan should resist the urge to use her HRH and other royal affections in her business and personal dealings. However, Bond was not entirely critical, and added that there could be no denying Meghan's success in various fields. She praised that Meghan had throughout her life become a successful actress and now an influencer and entrepreneur. Meghan compared her love of gardening with her new role shepherding several businesses, such as her lifestyle brand As Ever. The Duchess of Sussex explained, "I really like being in the garden and running a business, funnily enough. It's a lot like gardening. Some seasons are for blooming. Others are for planting seeds, but most of the work, especially early on, it's tending to the soil," she continued. Continuing the horticultural analogy, Meghan stressed how vital a good foundation was in both a garden and a business, as it's what everything is going to grow out of. However, it has not all been business for Meghan's socials, as she recently took to Instagram to mark her 7-year anniversary with Prince Harry. The Duchess shared an image of a mood board charting their lives together, from their first date to their royal wedding and sweet holiday snaps. Among the collection were several pictures of the couple's children, showing major milestones in their lives, including Meghan's pregnancy and ultrasound scans, to celebrating family milestones. In one heartwarming image, Archie could be seen hugging Lilibet as he planted a kiss on his sister's forehead. Another picture showed the children appearing to share a colourful garden tea party with their parents. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on those notifications so you never miss a moment as we dig into the truth, shut down the nonsense, and celebrate Harry and Meghan every step of the way. And if you want to help us keep the lights on and the tea hot, hit that super thanks button and support the channel. Every bit helps us grow and amplify the truth. Because this isn't just commentary, it's a community. This is Royal Sussex Squad, and we ride for the Sussexes. Always.